Hi, boys and girls. So we have for writing this week, we are going to dive into information reports and what they are. So we're looking at the structure of an information report. And why is the structure of an information report important? Now, have a look here. I've got an example of an information report here. I wouldn't say it's the most amazing information report, but it'll do for us so you can see a bit of what we're expecting in an information report. So some of the features of the information report are obviously the title. So we know exactly what animal, or it could be a type of car, it could be a person that you are informing us about. So the title is very important. Then your introduction or your classification comes next. So that tells us, just like the word classification, it classifies what type of animal it is. So for example, if you were doing turtles, they are reptiles, and then it explains what a reptile is in that section there. Say if you're doing a mammal, for example, then you would say it was a mammal here. Or you might say it could be doing a type of insect. So say, for example, ladybirds. If you're doing ladybirds are a type of insect, and then you would explain what an insect is there. So that's what a classification is. It's classifying what type of animal it is. Then after you've done your classification / introduction, you then move into your description, and this is like the body of what you're talking about. So it gives us even more information about that topic. So for example, this paragraph here tells us about what the animal looks like. This part here tells us how the life cycle of a turtle, and then this part here tells us what the turtle eats. So each paragraph is broken up into sections of one element of what that animal is or has or does. So you could be looking at, some other examples, so what they eat, how they move, where they live, all could be different paragraphs within your description or the body of your information report. And then last but not least, we obviously need a conclusion at the end. So that tells us a little bit more about our turtle. For example, here it says that turtles are endangered. That's something that we didn't know. And why we should be protecting this species. Now, it doesn't have to be an endangered animal. It could also have a conclusion on where they live, or a conclusion on why this animal is important. Now, you'll see on this side here, they've shown us a few other things that we focus on in information reports. I really want you to think about the technical terms, or the topic words is another word that we use for that. So for example, cold-blooded, you would only really hear the words cold-blooded for other reptiles, but especially turtles. Here's another example, if my computer wants to, there we go, work. So we've got an example of some more technical vocabulary or topic words as we know them. So they're reproduce would be one, mating would be one, hatchlings would be one, predators would be one. You wouldn't necessarily use the word predators if you're talking about a lion, because they're at the top of the food chain. And perish is also a really good word there too. So they're all the types of technical or topic words that we would want to see in your information report. Now, I know that's a bit of a information overload, so if you need to pause that at any time, just pause it and then think about what we've just spoken about, and then come back to this video. Next, it'll give you a bit more of a detailed explanation of what an information report is, so make sure you watch that. It's only short though. Let's see, I think it's like, say a minute and a half. So make sure you watch that as well. And then what we're going to do today, boys and girls, is look at these elements. So see how we've broken those elements up that we were just talking about before of an information report. So we've got our title, introduction or classification, description, Now, this one's talking about the appearance, this description paragraph. So this is another paragraph would talk about its features, and this description is talking about the adaptions. And then, of course, we have our conclusions. Now, these 3 paragraphs can be different. They don't have to be about appearance, features, or adaptions. As we said, they could be about what it eats, how it moves, where it lives. There's lots of different options you can use for those paragraphs about the description. Now, here's an example. I've mixed it all up. This is what you're going to be doing. This is just an example for you to have a look at. This one's about iPads. So it's not going to let me move it, but you can move these in any way that you like. Sorry about that. Okay, so our you can move these. So if I get out of it and show you, you can actually move these to the correct place. So if you want a little practice go, you can use this one about an iPad. There is also, then it's going to be your turn, okay? So let's have a little look at this one here. It's only a couple of sentences long. Obviously the Apple iPad is the title. So let's move this one down here. Okay, iPads were first popular in mobile tablets and kind of design. Okay, so that gives a bit of a question. Now, I'm not sure where this one goes, so I'm going to leave that there. Then I'm going to look at this one. Now it says the iPad has been adapted. The word adapted gives me a clue. So we're looking at adaptions here. So I'm going to put the iPad adaptions there and move that somewhere else. Okay. Now let's see if we've got any other clues. What was this one? So far, there have been 6 versions of the iPad, and it's likely the device will continue to adapt with new advances. Now, that sounds like a conclusion because it's talking about how it's going to evolve in the future. So I'd put that one there. So let's put that into conclusion. And let's have a look at these 2. So iPads look similar to other handheld devices. It's approximately the size of your hand. So that's a description of the appearance, isn't it? It's talking about the size. It's talking about the weight. So that would go there. Let's check this one here. No, we've done that one. Modern iPads have been useful features. The word features gives us a clue. So that feature would be in the features description. So this must be the introduction. You're going to do something similar, but you're going to choose one of these. Now, the one that you do, I promise you, it is not going to be as long as these. It's just giving you, once it loads, a bit of a idea of which topics you can choose. So you can choose Roald Dahl, Thunderstorms, or Tyrannosaurus Rex. And you'll be putting them into these sections of title, introduction, description, and conclusion. That's tomorrow's task. So attached to this assignment is these, you can choose from one of these 3, okay, which will be broken up for you. Now, it won't be all of these huge, massive paragraphs, I promise. It's just 2 sentences just to give you an idea of what that paragraph would be about. So let me show you here. If I was going to choose the Roald Dahl one, here are the sentences that I've got that I need to cut out and glue onto my structure. So this is the structure that you'd be gluing onto. So this is something that you're going to have to cut out to print out if you can. If not, you might need to write them down in each of them. So it gives us introduces the person. So these actually give you clues of what each paragraph should have. So early life, becoming an author, famous books and movies, sums up the person. So you're just looking through these sentences up here and matching them to where you think they're going to go. Now, I am going to put the answers up here as well for you, but I do not want you to look at them until you've finished. I just want you to be able to reflect on whether you got what you put was correct, so you know for next time when we're doing the structure of where to put things. All right, I hope that helps. These are attached to this assignment. So, and again, please don't do all 3 of them. Just choose which one interests you. So either Roald Dahl, Thunderstorms, or the Tyrannosaurus Rex one. All right. Any questions, please let me know by putting your questions in the comments, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. All right. Thanks, guys.